Hi, my name is Robert. This video is designed to give you step-by-step detailed instruction on completing the task at hand. Visit my YouTube channel and watch my disclaimer video. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you find the information you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. I got a call from a guy from Vegas. He had a problem with his climate control in his mid-90s Ford. It wasn't allowing him to change the direction of the airflow from the window to other parts of the climate control. So I'm sure this is the same on other Ford mid-90 vehicles. He had an F350. It's the same on the F250s and maybe some of the other Ford vehicles. I'm going to show you some of the working components of a Ford F250 350 climate control system that has the dial on the right side to control what direction the air is going to flow. This is a mid-90s F250, F350. Now the climate controller looks kind of like this. The temperature control is cable control, but the selector for the diverter has several vacuum motors that control it, so it's primarily vacuum control. The tools you'll need is a flat tip screwdriver or a bone tool to get the trim loose from the dash. You'll need a T20 and or a 7mm to get some of the components loose and out of your way. If you're fortunate, you had the same problem as the guy that called me from Vegas. And he had a vacuum line loose on the top of his motor where the vacuum tree is. There's 3 or 4 vacuum ports there, and there's a black vacuum line that was loose on the top of the motor. Once he connected that, he got control of all of his vacuum controls inside the vehicle. So check that first, and from here I'm going to go ahead and cover some of the other components and connections inside the vehicle. Trying to find a truck that already has a trim in it, but it looks like this trim piece in the middle of the dash just pops out maybe 5 clips. After you get those 5 clips out, you got these 2 screws right here that will allow you to pop this trim from around the controls off. And those screws there is the T20s or the 7mm. After you get the trim piece pulled off, looks like you have some maybe T25s here, 4 of them that need to be unscrewed. So let me go ahead and unscrew those so I can pull the unit out. In digging into this, my discoveries revealed that there's really no need to pull this panel unless you want to check the vacuum lines right on the back of the panel. But other than that, you can access some vacuum controllers by going under the dash. There's one directly behind this control panel, real close to the firewall. It has a red and yellow vacuum line going to it. There's another vacuum control motor right by the blower motor under the glove box portion of the dash. And then there's another vacuum control motor outside the vehicle under the hood, real close to where the passenger door in the base of the windshield is. Now I got those 4 screws out. They were T20s, and you could also use a 7mm ratchet. Once I got it pulled out, I noticed that the only manual control that I see is the center one going from warm to cold. So these other controls are either electric or they're vacuum. So let me see if I pull this off, will this be a vacuum line? I couldn't pull it loose, but it is a vacuum hose. So these controls over here to control your damper motors, where your controls go, is controlled by vacuum. So let me look under the dash and see where you might have vacuum issues, other than right here on the back of the controller. Now the switch also has electrical connector on it. So maybe these electrical connectors also control these servo motors, but they do pull vacuum from different locations. When I grab that bundle of vacuum wires, it goes into a vacuum connector there. So I'm going to have to go back a little further than that. When I go back under the dashboard, one of the first servo motors I see is right back up under there. It's a silver servo motor back under there. Let me put some light on it. Now when I went back over to this servo motor and seen that yellow line, I also see the red vacuum line there. So those two may be controlling that one. Then I came under the dash down here by the floor thing. I see a servo motor there and the vacuum is off of it. So you got this blue one coming all the way over here, and it needs to be put back on the servo motor. So you're probably going to have to dig behind this dash and find the end of those vacuum lines and make sure for some reason they haven't been bumped off of those vacuum servo motors. Now, this servo motor, has an arm on the end of it. When I push this arm in on the servo motor, which simulates the vacuum pulling it, I can hear vacuum pulling throughout the dash and other areas. Let me be quiet. Let me see if you can hear it. I heard it pulling vacuum from over in the dash on this side. And like I said, the other vacuum line and servo motor is going out to the engine bay. Okay, I come out in the engine compartment on the passenger side, and I see another one of these servo motors here that goes in and out, and it's supposed to have a vacuum hooked on there, but the vacuum is not. So I suspect either that black or that white line was supposed to go here, and maybe the black went somewhere else. Now here's a wiring harness coming off here, and here's a white wire here. So maybe this white is supposed to go over to this servo motor, and this black is going down into the motor somewhere. And actually it is. It's connecting to this vacuum tree on top of the motor. So I got my black connected to the vacuum tree on top of the motor. I got my white going to that servo. And then you seen where the other servos went behind the dash. So hopefully that'll get you straight on your vacuum system on your climate control. If you feel that this information was beneficial, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can also subscribe to my channel so that you can get notification of future videos that I post. Visit my channel. I have all types of do-it-yourself videos there. You can leave questions here and I'll try to respond to them as quick as possible. You can also visit my website at robertspinner.com. Thanks again for watching.